All right. So when you are applying percents, first of all, you're just going to remember that a percent is a ratio that has a denominator of 100. Okay? A percent is a ratio that has a denominator of 100. So if I have a number like 10%, 10% is the same as 10 out of 100, and 10 hundredths is the same as 0.10. So you also want to remember that to go from a percent to a decimal, move the decimal 2 places to the left. Okay. Right. So if I was here and I wanted to make this into a decimal, I would go 2 places to the left. Okay. I think I'll draw that with a super light pink. Okay. All right. And then to go from a decimal to a percent, from a decimal to a percent, move the decimal 2 places to the right. Okay, give it a second. All right. So like here, if I wanted to turn this back into a percent, I would go to the right, 1, 2, and then I'd move my decimal there. Okay? And that's really just because a percent is just a fraction or a ratio over 100, and when you say 10 hundredths, you're really saying 0.10. All right, so now let's talk about what that looks like in a word problem. So, in a word problem. Okay, so in a word problem, we have certain keywords. Okay, and I don't do a whole lot with keywords, but there are some keywords in percentages that are really, really classy and good. Okay, so we're going to do some keywords. And your 2 big keywords are of and is. Of and is. So when you're dealing with percents, let me go back to this orange. With percents, This is really, it might work in other cases, but it always works with percents. Of means to multiply. Multiply. Okay. So, for example, 25% of 100. Okay, so there's the word, like there's words. Okay, and then the math, 25% made into a decimal is 0.25 of becomes a multiplication sign, and then the 100 stays the same. So to find 25% of 100, you do 0.25 times 100. Which, by the way, I would actually do the 100 on the top. 0.25, 5 times 0, 0, 5, place holding 0, and then 2 zeros and a 2. 2 decimal places up here, 2 decimal places down here. So 25% of 100 equals 25. Is, this is going to be fun, equals. Okay. So that would be where they say, like, what percent, and so you have an unknown, what percent of 100 is 25. Okay. So that would be P times 100 equals 25. And then you would just solve it. 100p equals 25. To get the p by itself, you would divide by 100. Then you'd do 25 divided by 100. And 25 hundredths, by the way, is 0.25. Okay? So, that is applying percents with some keywords.